we want to help you guys do that as well. So yesterday I came on and had a little chat about the government announcement, and you will also note that there has been a lot on the news recently about people doing a bit of a mass exodus out of London and people trying to escape for the holidays. There has been quite a lot of debate actually about this amongst other investors as to what's happening in London. So it's not news that the London market has been quite stagnant for a while. Rents certainly haven't been on the increase. The pressures that are on people at the moment has meant that a lot of landlords aren't increasing their rents. There were some difficulties there, and that's not a new thing. It's not something that's just related to COVID. It is just to do with market conditions. Obviously, rents can't go up beyond what people can afford. So things have been kind of sticky in London for a little while. And of course, with the changes with COVID, there's been a lot of debate about whether people will be wanting to move out of the city, and whether there is a little bit of a change of lifestyle that's going to be going on when it comes to sort of shared housing and shared spaces. It definitely used to be the case in student houses and also with professional sharers that landlords would always want to be squeezing in an extra bedroom where they could. And certainly communal space and shared spaces have been kind of squeezed, because if a landlord could get an extra bedroom, that's where they can make their money, and that has been the best way for them to make the most out of the profitability of the property. Whether that's going to change remains to be seen, and I think that there is a lot of expectation that that will need to change, because I think people do want that little bit more space. There are limits as to what people will accept, and there are certainly a number of companies that are out there that are making really attractive communal spaces where the space is much more flexible. They maximise the outside space as well as indoor space, and I think those types of properties in London are certainly going to be a lot more attractive than the sort of basic properties where there's a lot more bedrooms but a lot less space. Some people are okay spending time just in their bedrooms and not having sort of living and dining kind of space. But I think that is something that is going to change. But although it seems like a little bit of a panic at the moment, people sort of leaving the city, I don't think that's something that's going to continue on for any extended length of time. People are always going to want to be in the city and be in the hubbub. We do all tend to kind of flock together, so I think that will be a temporary situation. But I do think that it will change how we live in the city. I think that squeezing the space might be more tricky for landlords, and they'll need to look at a little bit more about making the space that tenants do have a lot more attractive. I think that we've got to raise the standard quite significantly. I think that is something that we'll see that will become necessary in order to achieve the higher rents. So yeah, we'll just see what happens in the new year. That's all I've got, but I'm sure I'll have another update for you tomorrow, because there's a lot going on in the news at the moment. There's lots of changes, and that is changing the market all the time. So I'll probably have another little something for you tomorrow. Okay, that's all from me. Bye.